Hello and welcome, hockey fans. Getting to start a little bit early on this 4 o'clock matchup. This is the championship matchup of the Peewee A2 division for the Grinder Winter Meltdown tournament. Your Findlay Trojans in their alternate black uniforms will be facing the Hammond Mohawks here in the championship game at the Novi Ice Arena off of Nick Lindstrom Drive here in Novi outside of Detroit. These teams met yesterday morning, 0-0 tie. Hard fought game by both teams. As we get ready, it's like Henry Yaste will be in net for the Trojans. And for the Trojans, we'll have Mason Cooper, Ben Grace, River Archer, Webb Sloan, and Lawyer Teagarden. Again, with Yaste in net as we get ready to drop the puck in the first period of this championship matchup. Puck is dropped. Cooper tries to knock that forward. Teagarden gets it though. He's going to skate across center ice and chip it up. Now chip back through the neutral zone by the Mohawks. Sent back forward, but that's going to be an offside, so we'll have a stoppage of play and a neutral zone face-off. Just 14 seconds into the matchup. Teams line up. We'll do this face-off again. There's a line change there for the Mohawks. Now Cooper gets that back to Sloan. Sloan then goes up the side to Grace. Grace is going to get across center ice and dump that deep into the offensive zone. Cooper now pursuing on the forecheck. He takes that away in the corner. He's still got it. Sends it behind the net. Grace battling now behind the net. He gets pinned against the boards. Trying to get that out. Hammond comes up with it. Now bouncing up the ice is Hammond through the neutral zone. Pass went too far forward. Webb Sloan collects behind the net. Spins it backwards. He's going to get a little bit of room here. Now he's going to break towards the middle and skate outside. He's coming up the right side of the boards. Now he's going to cut in through the middle. Oh, tried to get towards the net. That got poked away. Hammond collects, hits it off the boards. Archer's there. Archer now has the puck trying to move towards the middle. That gets sticked aside. And now Hammond will clear this. Now racing back for it is Fort. Comes off the bench. Fort's got it. He's going to spin, turn that up the boards to Archer. Archer's going to hit that down the ice. That's not going to touch a player, so we're going to have an icing, and we're going to bring that down to the blocker side of Findlay goaltender Yates. Line changes for the Trojans. George Homewood out to take the face-off. He'll have Beach and Burkhart with them. Fort and Nichols back on defense. Puck is dropped. Homewood tries to knock that back towards Nichols. He does. Nichols sends it out far. Now racing along the boards to go get it is Burkhart. Burkhart gets tripped up.
Thank you. Where's the call?
No call as he went for that loose puck on the pass, and now sending it back in is Nichols. So now Burkhart and Beach are pursuing that puck down around the back of the net. Now looking to break out is Novi. Tried to intercept that. Was Homewood. Got tipped back. Fort has it now. Fort cross ice to Nichols. Nichols goes up towards the middle of the Homewood. Homewood tries to chip that forward. He comes out with it. Beach is there as well. Now Homewood pushing on the backhand. Gets to the zone, tucks, brings it forward. Shot, just wide. Nichols comes down. Now he's in the corner. Burkhart streaking towards the middle. He tries to hit Burkhart. It hits off the post. Out there to George Homewood. George Homewood makes a little move, fires a shot, and it's gloved by the Mohawk goaltender. Good offensive pressure there. We're going to get a line change now as Rylan Peterkowski is going to come out, take the face off. He'll have Schwab and Schaaf with him. Eddie Homewood out there with Webb Sloan on defense. Looks like they're doing a check of a equipment check for a helmet. All's clear. Now Peter Koski takes face off for the Trojans. Ties that up. That gets lost in the referee's skates as Mohawks try to move it forward and then chipped aside. Schaaf has it now. There's a scrum in the middle for the puck. Puck's still loose. Squirts out towards the goaltender. Findlay trying to get a stick on it. Falls down. Peter. Oh, backhand attempt by Schaaf just goes wide. Now knocked behind the net. Now Mohawks have it. They're going to go opposite way. They're going to try to move that forward, and then Peter Koski intercepts in the middle. Schwab's got it. It gets knocked away from him. Then Peter Koski tips to the side. Now coming up the side with it is Mohawk. Centering pass picked off by Findlay. Nice little move there by Sloan. Now he's going to try to get ahead of steam, and now he's going to blow past a couple players. He's going to take that to the outside. Still has it. He gets run into, no call. But that puck's loose behind the back of that. Tried to backhand that with Schaaf. And then up on front, shot! Peter Koski, oh, and that got blocked. Now kicked back in the corner. Peter Koski's got it. He tried the centering pass up front. Floats through the crease, but no one there. It's now moving the puck out is Mohawk. Cross-ice pass, no one's got it. So Teagarden goes back to collect. He's going to wrap behind the net. He's going to move that forward up to Archer. Archer's going to tip that forward, but Mohawk keeps it in. And then intercepted by Archer. Archer's going to try to find Grace through the middle. Grace tips it forward, but picked off by Hammond. Mohawks. Hammond resets. Cross ice. They're going to look to fire this into the zone deep. They do. On net. Yace is there on the ready. Holds on to that one. And we will have a face-off to the blocker side of Findlay goaltender Yace. Just over 9 minutes left here in the first. All square 0-0. Mason Cooper out now to take the face-off for the Trojans. It's got Archer and Grace with him. Sit back. Archer picks that up after the tie-up. He's going to chip it forward. And now it's a foot race. Grace and Archer going for it. Now held off in the corner. And now chipped out. Mohawks have it. Moving through the middle. Now they're bringing it along the side. Shot behind the goal. Fort and Grace battling for it. Grace gets held up. Trying to move the puck forward. Gets it out of the zone though. Glove down by Fort. Fort tries to move that up. That gets knocked or deflected. Now puck bounces out. Yace stops it. Nichols has it. Nichols up the boards hard to Grace. Oh, that chip just too hard. And that's going to be an icing. Good thought on that play. Trying to get that down off the boards to Grace, who was streaking down there. Could have had a break, but just a little too hard off the board. So we're going to have a face-off right in front of us to the glove hand side. It's going to be goaltender Yace. George Homewood, Burkhart, and Beach out there now with Sloan and Teagarden. Homewood to take the face off. Gets knocked over. Teagarden's got it in his skates. Shot. Yace there. Gloves it. Holds on, and we'll do this face off again. Homewood again with the face-off, gets that back towards Yace. Yace gets it over to Sloan. Sloan fires it up the boards. Burkhart now racing with it. He's going to try to chip that forward. He does. He gets tripped up. Homewood's got it. He's going to push it down towards the net. Racing for it is Beach as well. Beach tries to backhand that to the corner. Homewood's there as well with it. That goes up. Sloan comes up. He goes to the middle a little bit. Cuts. Tries to get a shot. That's blocked. Beach tried to get a shot. That got blocked. Burkhart there, then cross-ice pass. Mohawks off the boards, collecting the neutral zone. Nice job there by Webb Sloan to tip that backwards for Teagarden. Teagarden's got some. He's going to take it up the side, try to tip that forward. That's intercepted by the Mohawks. Looking for a shot. Tipped aside. Nice job. Sloan and then Burkhart coming in there. Puck's still loose. Sloan's got it. He's going to move it forward out to Cooper. That gets tipped back. And then on offsides. Audio cut out for a moment. And now we've got Peter Koski with the face-off for the Trojans. That's going to get knocked back into the zone by Hammond. Eddie Homewood is back there now. He's going to get that up to Peter Koski. Peter Koski's going to chip that up the boards of Schaaf, but that gets moved out now. Homewood's got it. He's going to try to hit that opposite ice, but then hits a stick of a Hammond player. And now center, and Fort's got it. He's going to move that up the boards, try to get it to Schaaf, but just a little too far past him. Now dump back in. Eddie Homewood's got it. He's surveying options. He's going to go to the middle to Peter Koski. Tried to get that over to Schaaf. Tried to get that out to Schaaf again. Hit Peter Koski now. Schaaf gets it out. Nope. Knocked back in. Kept in by Hammond. Now,
Gotta get it.
pass along the boards. Hank goes out to get it. Plays it up the boards. Shot. Tipped in front. Yace was there on the redirect. Now Schaaf has it. Gets that up to Peter Koski. He gets run into, but tips the puck forward. Now he still stays with it. He's got it along the boards. Battling for it at his feet now. And then Hammond comes away with it. The Mohawks do, but chip back to Fort. Fort finds Schwab on the opposite side, trying to bang that off the boards, and then they send it back in, and that's going to be too deep, so that's going to be an icing. So we're going to do this face-off down at the Findlay offensive zone to the blocker side of the Mohawk goaltender. Mason Cooper takes the face-off for the Trojans. Knocks that forward. That's still loose. He tried to get it and tuck it in. It's still loose in front. Still loose in front. And it gets chipped out by Mohawks. Just out of the zone. Good effort by the Trojans. Gets sent back, tipped aside. Mason Cooper has it now. Gets it out of the zone, then chipped back in, but that's offsides. The back, tipped away. Mason Cooper's got it out. Tried to get that forward. That got chipped aside by Mohawk. Now back in the corner with it. Ricky Nichols there. Tips that away. From his legs. Has it still. Gets back up. Still has it. Kicks it forward. Collected by Archer. Now back to Nichols. Now Nichols trying to edge a player out. He does. Try to get that up. That goes out to the middle to Fort. Fort's got some room. He's going to skate that up the boards, trying to get that to Archer on the redirect, but then Archer tips it back forward. And now Hammond's going to bring it up opposite side of the ice. They're going to skate towards the middle now with it, across the blue line. Nice little jab at the stick. They're going to have a shot. Blocker saved by Yace, and then another follow-up save on the rebound by Yace.
Go, then go. Down the ice, go.
Now Ben Grace has it. He's going to go up the boards. He's going to bang that up. Or Mason Cooper had it. He was going to bang that up to Grace. Grace is racing down there to go get it, but it's an icing. Good effort there by the Trojans. Now, Homewood with the face-off now. Gets that back to Sloan. Sloan gets it up to Burkhart. Burkhart tries to knock that out of the zone. He's got it. He's got a little bit of a break. He's got one guy to beat on the outside. He tries to get that forward to Beach. Oh, that just got sticked aside and then bounced out of the zone. As Sloan ripped that along the boards. Now Sloan's got it. He's going to take it back and circle behind the net. No, he's going to circle in front of the net. He's going to move forward with it. Across the zone. That gets poked away. Homewood's got it now. Try to get that out there. Now Teagarden's going to take it. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to try to push along the boards there. Collected by Hammond. Now racing for it is Homewood. That shot on net. Yace with the stop. Now Sloan's got it. He's going to try to move up middle ice with it. Burkhart tried to cut that one off. That should be icing. And it is. So with just over 3.5 minutes left here in the first, all tied up 0-0, we're going to have an offensive zone face-off for the Trojans. See if they can make something happen here as Peter Koski, Schwab, and Schaaf come out for the face-off. Sloan and Teagarden back on defense. Puck is dropped. That squirts towards the middle. No one able to get a stick on it. Goes across to the opposite corner. Hammond trying to fire that up the boards. They do. That hits a stick. Teagarden racing to go get after it. He does have it. He whips it across the boards, opposite side. That comes out. Sloan's got it now. He's going to try to move that up to Schwab. Schwab's got a little bit of space. He tried to make a little move, diving to try to keep that in with Schwab, and then held out. Peter Koski's got it now, center ice. Backhands that, but collected at the blue line, but then met with resistance by 3 different Trojans, and Peter Koski forces it up to Schaaf, but then that gets knocked away. Teagarden now to play the corner as Hammond brings it across. They look for a centering pass, try to get a shot. Schwab with Yace with the block, and then chipping that out, but keeping it in. And a bouncing shot from the point by Hammond puts the Mohawks up 1-0 here with just under 3 minutes in the first. Puck just took an odd bounce when it hit the ice. Yace was there on the ready. But puck comes out, Homewood's got it. He's going to try to get that forward. That hits the back of a player's leg. And Yace will cover as Hammond dumps it in. And Mace Cooper to take the face off again. He's got Grayson Archer out there with him. Eddie Homewood and Mike Nichols there looking to hit Ben Grace. Oh, hits the back of his skate, but bounces out of the zone. Grace on the ready though, trying to chip that forward, and he does. He moves it forward into the offensive zone, collected by Hammond, trying to keep that in with the Trojans, but now Homewood backhands that, and then Cooper with a nice little move tucks that aside, puts the brakes on, then puts the brakes on. It gets tripped up, no call in the corner. Now looking to play that up the boards is Hammond. They do, but then turned over in the middle as Cooper's got it. He gets that over to Eddie Homewood. Eddie Homewood's going to circle, get that over to Nichols. Nichols is going to try to find Archer in the middle. Archer chips that forward, collected by Hammond, but then cut off by Grace. And then Nichols backhands that into the zone for Grace. Hammond gets there, tries to chip it out, but kept in by Cooper. Cooper now knocks it back to the corner. Ben Grace there working along the boards with the puck that gets knocked behind the net. And looks like we're going to have a penalty for some contact there. And we do, as Cooper ran into a player behind the board. So we'll have a roughing penalty to number 18 for the Trojans.
Henry. Let's go. Ben.
So we'll get a look at the Findlay penalty kill as George Homewood's out there with Rylan Peterkoski, Ricky Nichols, and Henry Fort. Puck is dropped. Homewood gets that back to the corner. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to try to chip that up and out. That gets knocked back in, but then Nichols has it again. He's going to go center ice, opposite side. Now racing for it is Peterkoski. Hammond defense gets to it first. They're going to knock it up the boards. Kept in by... Oh, nice job. Almost kept in. They're saying he had a skate in the zone still as Homewood turned that around just at the blue line. Looking for a short-handed rush there. So we're going to have a neutral zone face-off. George Homewood to take the face-off for the Trojans. Puck gets knocked back to Nichols. Nichols now against the wall, fires that in. Hammond defense collects across the blue line now. Nichols has it again. He's going to chip that in deep. That's going to go right past the goal into the back wall. Trying to get that out is Hammond, but then sent to the middle. George Homewood tried to make a play on it, got poked away. He's still got it in the corner. If nothing else, killing some time here. That gets chipped out. Ricky Nichols racing for it. He's going to bang that against the boards. That's going to get chipped out. Peterkoski's there to make sure of it. And now Hammond's going to bring it in. Multiple players on him for the Trojans. Centering pass picked off. Nice move by Homewood. Now Homewood's got a little bit of room. He's going to try to make some guys miss. He's going to go to the outside now and then get close to that line. Fire one at the goal, stick aside by the Hammond goaltender. 10 seconds left in the penalty to the Trojans. Webb Sloan's going to chip that along the boards, and then they're going to chip that down in. Hammond is, and that's going to be the end of the first period. So after one, Hammond up 1-0 currently. We have 1 second left on a penalty to the Trojans. So teams are going to meet at the bench, talk about it, switch sides. Join us back here momentarily for the start of the second. Welcome back here to the start of the second. The team has switched sides. Archer out there with Grace. 1 second left of the penalty for Cooper. Have Sloan and Teagarden out on defense. Referee's checking. Goaltender's ready. Puck is dropped. Tied up in the middle. Knocked aside. Penalty over. Archer's got that. He's going to try to bang that up the boards. Kept in by the Mohawks. Now collected behind the net by Sloan. Sloan's going to bang that up the boards. He's going to try to play that again. That pops out. Now we're going to have another penalty. Hand up. As Sloan had some contact along the boards. So they're going to call him for a tripping penalty. So we're going to have a penalty on number 2 for the Trojans. And we'll get another look at the Trojan penalty kill here. So Cooper out now to take the face-off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. That gets knocked to the side. Shot. Gase. Nice blocker save. Ben Grace out there as well. Nice job pursuing that at the line by Grace. Grace able to chip that out. And we're going to have a penalty behind the play as that player did not like Grace's second effort. And he's going to draw a call. So now going to the box is number 97 for the Hammond Mohawks. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for a little while, maybe some open ice. Hopefully the Trojans can take advantage of that. We've got George Homewood and Mason Cooper out there on offense. Fort and Teagarden back on defense. Puck is dropped. That gets knocked to the corner by Cooper. Kept in by Teagarden. Teagarden tried to knock that down further. Cooper then able to collect and knock it down. Teagarden down now. That puck goes out. And then pass mishandled, so Cooper's able to collect that. Now he's going to look for a little bit. He gets stick lifted a little bit, and nice job there by Teagarden to push that aside. Now Teagarden going to wrap that around the other way. He gets hit. And now Cooper is trying to take that up the boards. He gets run, or Homewood's trying to take that up the boards rather. He got ran into. Now Teagarden has it. Teagarden behind the net. He looks to fire one off the boards. Oh, just intercepted. Nice pass. He was trying to find Cooper in the middle. Hammond gets that across. Now Homewood banks that off the boards. Now nice work and a trip as Cooper was gonna break away on that. He gets tripped up. So now we're gonna have number 23 for Hammond going to the box. So 19 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then Findlay will have a 2-man advantage for 30. 3 seconds. And then a power play for just under a minute after that. Mason Cooper to take the face off for the Trojans. Puck gets knocked aside. He sends it back to Nichols. Nichols fires a shot in front. It's loose in front. And tipped in by Homewood! George Homewood with the goal! Ties this game up. Shortest one. And because they had a man advantage still, there'll be 11 seconds left to Sloan's penalty, and then a minute 23 left to the penalty for Hammond. So they're going to skate 4-on-4. Now Cooper with the face-off, tried to get that inside. Now Nichols pulls that back. Now pulls it back again, and he's got a little bit of room. He's going to go across ice, tried to split it. Got that over to Homewood. Homewood tried to get a shot. He tries to dump it back. Bounces off of him. Homewood grinding down in the corner. Fires one up top. Hits the blocker. Now Ben Grace has it. He's going to wrap around a little bit. He tries to center it, and just goes past and across both blue lines. Now Henry Fort's got it. We've got a man advantage now for the Trojans again. As they look through the middle to Grace. Nichols got that up to Grace, but then it's going to be collected by Hammond, wrapped around the boards. Nichols is going to get it again as it wraps around. So now coming out with it is Homewood. Oh, gets lost in his skates. But then Nichols has it. Nichols now gets that over to Fort. They're looking to reset. Fort gets that up to Homewood. Homewood now tried to make a little move in the middle, but poked away. Cutting that off was Cooper. And now put back into the zone. Offsides, but no call, was Hammond. Now that's going to go up to Grace. Grace is going to try to chip that forward, and he does. Grace has got a little bit of a break here. Grace takes it to the outside. Fires a shot. Goes just wide. Now Hammond's going to collect. Try to find a man in the middle there. Hammond now back in full strength. Skating 5-on-5. Poked away by Sloan. Sloan coming out of the box. Oh, and then that's poked back. Eddie Homewood has it now. Eddie Homewood now's got some room. He's going to try to get that up to Archer. Oh, Archer was breaking, but that hit a skate of a Hammond player. So now Archer pursuing as Hammond flips it cross ice out of the zone and then tried to saucer pass one. And now Eddie Homewood there chips that forward for Archer. Archer chips it forward. Now dribbles past the stick of the defender. Ben Grace pursuing now in the corner. Player hits the brakes. Grace is still there. Got a stick on it. And then that reach out of the zone, but Peter Koski there to chip it back in. Still in. Archer with a glove on it. Puck still in behind Peter Koski, then dug out. And we're going to have a call. Interference call on number 29 for Hammond. This will put your Trojans on another power play here with just over 9 minutes left in the second. And it'll give us a face-off to the glove hand side of the Mohawks goaltender. Cooper, Archer, and Homewood out there to start the power play. Eddie Homewood and Webb Sloan back there on defense. Eddie Homewood's got it. He's going to get that over to Cooper. Bounces off his skate. Cooper's going to send that back behind the net. Archer pursuing in the corner. He gets his skate on it. He's looking to the middle for Cooper. Oh, my goodness, or Homewood. That was Homewood, rather. Just stick to the side. Tried to bounce that off the boards to Eddie Homewood. Eddie Homewood dumps that back. Playing it off the boards. Oh, and just knocked out. But nice job there by Mason Cooper. Mason Cooper's going to go along the boards out. He gets stripped up. There's going to be another penalty on Hammond. So for about a minute, we're going to have a 5-on-3 here with another face-off, this time to the blocker side of the Hammond goaltender. Let's see if Findlay can capitalize on these next 59 seconds of the two-man advantage. Sloan and Teagarden out there on defense right now. Mason Cooper takes face-off. He tries to knock that back. Gets that over to Homewood. Homewood tried to get that back to Sloan. Odd bounce. And we're going to have a penalty as the player tried to cut back, and Mason Cooper Had some incidental contact rushing back to make a good play on defense, but just a little too much there. And so now we're going to skate 4-on-3 as number 18 Cooper goes into the box for the Trojans. So now Peter Koski out to take the face off for the Trojans. He'll have Grace out there with him. Teagarden and Sloan back on defense.
Let's go. We're on the power play. Let's go.
Puck is dropped. Peter Koski gets that back to Sloan. Sloan's going to skate this now. He's got some room. They still have a man advantage for a little bit. Sloan's going to go opposite side. And then, oh, just barely offsides were the Trojans. So we're going to have a neutral zone face-off with a man advantage for 35 seconds still. Ryland gets that forward. Now gets it back to Sloan. Sloan now plays it off the boards. Still stuck. Sloan's got it. He's good. Now that's kicked out again. Peter Koski has it. He's going to get that over to Teagarden. Oh, gets lost in the skates. Teagarden tried to get that along the boards. Now pushed aside. Now Peter Koski has it. Going to knock that back. 11 seconds left in the man advantage. Chipped forward by Sloan. Sloan's going to go. We've got a developing 3-on-2. Sloan's going to take this to the outside, try to cut it back in. He's still got it in his skates. Sent out to the middle to Shea, or to Teagarden rather. Now trying to hit a man cutting. Now Peter Koski tried to hold that up. Nice job. Now Teagarden's going to push. Teagarden's got a little bit of room. He's going to try to cut that to the outside. That gets tipped aside. And now Peter Koski edges him out of the boards. Now that gets dumped into the zone. Now Sloan's got it. Sloan chips that up the boards now too. Tries to chip it again. Now battling along the boards with it. Grace comes in to join him. 2 players for Mohawk, 2 players for the Trojans. Now Grace backs out. And we've got a frozen puck. And everybody's out of the box now. So we'll skate 5-on-5. Now let's take the face off his. Cooper going opposite side with that. Tried to hit Burkhardt on a break. He got held up in the middle. Now Fort's got it. That was Homewood, sorry, with the face off. Now Burkhardt along the boards, battling for it. Trying to chip ahead is Findlay. Trying to knock that out. And now sent back. Fort's got it now. He takes it out of the zone. Fort moving forward. Now tipped aside. Burkhardt tried to chip that from his back. Collected by Hammond. And that's definitely going to be an offsides. Almost a backwards pass as he was crossing the line. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off now with just over 6 minutes left here in the second period. Puck is dropped. Homewood tried to get that forward. Getting a shot. Glove on it was Yace. Now wrapping that around the boards. Beach trying to get to it, chip it forward. Bounces off a Hammond player. Shot. Doesn't hit the crease. Now collected in the corner by Fort. Fort tries to reverse. Chip that up to Burkhardt. Burkhardt's got it now. Burkhardt's going to try to skate this out. He's got some room. He's going to get across center ice. Send that on net. Ooh, sticked aside by the Hammond goaltender. Now meeting in the corner is Beach and Burkhardt. Burkhardt battling behind the boards. Now centered out in front. Nobody there for the Trojans. And then nice play by Homewood to get the puck. Cross ice pass, D to D. Gets that up to Beach. Beach sends that up to Burkhart. That gets chipped out. Now back to Nichols. Nice job by Homewood to get on sides there. Nichols still has it in the corner. Nichols tries to centering pass to Beach. Beach tries to chip it forward. Loose in front, collected by Hammond. Now Burkhart sticks one backwards. Burkhart's got it on his stick again. He fires. Oh, just wide. Now Beach in the corner pursuing. He gets a stick on it as well. Peter Koski gets a stick on it. That bounces out in front. Beach battling for it in the corner. That gets sticked out. Collected by Eddie Homewood. Eddie Homewood's going to try to chip that in. That gets tipped aside, but he's going to send it back down. Oh, tried to get that to shape. And now tired legs for him and send that down the length of the ice. We're going to have an icing, so we're going to bring this back. Fresh legs all around as we've got Shafe Schwab and Peter Koski out there. And Eddie Homewood. Peter Koski take the face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Peter Koski ties it up. It's loose in the middle. Now Hammond going to collect. Shafe there, trying to cut that pass off. Almost got a stick on it. That's going to go all the way down. They're going to wave off icing. Sloan's going to collect it. Now Sloan's going to pull back, go to the outside, and go to the outside some more. Tried to get a centering pass. He's still got it along the boards. He's joined over there by Peter Koski. As Hammond tries to chip it forward, now Sloan and Peter Koski chip it back. Now Schwab's got it. Now Peter Koski tried to backhand that out. Hits a player. Goes back to the corner. Trying to turn that backwards was Sloan. And now Peter Koski has it. Now he's going to skate. He's got a little bit of room now. He's going to chip that forward to Shafe. Shafe's going to take it out of the zone. Shafe's going to get almost across the line. They're going to send it. Ooh, tip pass by Hammond. Loses the puck along the boards. Collected by Peter Koski. He's going to send that back to the defense. Eddie Homewood's got it now. Homewood surveying options. He's going to backhand that. Peter Koski's going to skate that out, but it's going to get tipped and knocked back into the zone. Nice job there by Eddie Homewood. As they fire one, that hits the back of Shafe, and that puck gets out. And now Schwab's there. He chips that forward. He's going to spin. He's going to fire that in deep and pursue the puck. As they get some fresh legs out there. That's stopped by Mason Cooper. Mason Cooper got a man on. He's going to play that off the boards and then try to hold that up along the boards. He gets knocked down, ran over. Puck sent out, fired. Yace with the cover. So with just under 3 minutes left here in the second, square at 0-0. We're going to face off, or 1-1, sorry. We're going to have a face-off to the blocker, or the glove hand side of Findlay goaltender Yace. Mason Cooper take this face-off. He's got Archer and Grace out there with him. That chips off a player. Archer tried to chip that out. Held in by the defense. Sloan now in the corner, battling for it. He's got two Mohawk players digging at his skates. Somehow, still comes out with it. Players get knocked down. But then charging forward with it is Sloan out of the scrum. He tried to get that over. Ben Grace is there, tried to pull it back. Archer's following. Now Sloan's got it. He's going to tuck. Try to get that forward. Grace is there. Grace now takes it to the corner. Grace now brings it around the net. He's being pursued by a player from the Mohawks. Grace now wrapping around again. Almost kept in by Teagarden. Now Sloan's got it. He's going to try to tip that backwards and then cuts off a man. Forces him to lose the puck. Teagarden gets back. Now in the corner with it and then chipped out. Archer throws that forward. That puck is going to die. Grace is getting there first. He's going to take a shot. Puck loose in front. Almost collected by Archer. Grace has it again. He's going to fire a shot that's tipped over. Oh my goodness. To the corner now. Archer has it. He's going to move that over to Grace. That gets tipped aside by a Hammond defender. And then Nichols tried to hold that up at the line. And then off of the skate of Fort as they move it in. Mason Cooper's going to get this. We're at 1.5 minutes left here. Looking for the cross ice pass. That hits the player. Loose in front. Tipped aside. Nice effort there by Mason Cooper to knock that aside. And then Cooper again with the block. Or that was Nichols that knocked that aside. And now trying to chip that forward is Findlay, but still held in by the defense. And a shot collected now by Fort. Fort's going to now get this up the boards. That's going to go. It's not going to get there, so Ben Grace is racing for it. We're going to pull him off the bench and get George Homewood out there.
Behind you! Behind you!
Now it's too hot of a pass as they try to chip that in. Hammond does. Now Hammond with it. That puck gets poked away. Boston skates. Chip down into the corner. Henry Fort's got it. He's going to wrap that around the boards to Ricky Nichols. Ricky Nichols now is going to try a center ice pass. Intercepted by Hammond. Lucky there wasn't a shot there. Now a shot in front. Covered by Yace. As that shot was deflected and then tipped right to a Hammond player. Yace was there. Got the glove on it. Just over 30 seconds left here in the second. All tied up 1-1. Homewood out to take the face-off for the Trojans. George will be at the face-off dot. He'll have Burkhart and Beach with him here, closing seconds of the second period. That gets squared up. Beach trying to get something on it. Now it goes loose. Burkhart racing to the corner. Shot. He blocks it. Goes off his leg. Now Nichols battling for it behind the boards. He gets tripped up, loose in front. Collected by Yace. And covered. As guys say, how you doing? And the Trojans say, get away from our goaltender. So we'll have a face-off now with just under 16 seconds left here in the second. George Homewood to take this face-off for the Trojans. Homewood tried to chip that back, but it goes back to the defense. Going cross ice with it. Burkhart was there, trying to stay on it. Moving that up towards the middle. Burkhart racing, closing seconds of the period, trying to put some pressure on. That gets chipped out, then brought in, back into the zone, and that's going to be the end of the second, so all squared away. At 1-1 after 2. So teams are going to meet again at their respective benches. Talk some strategy. Join us momentarily for the start of the exciting third period here in this championship matchup.
At least one.
Welcome back to the start of the third period. Teams have changed sides.
Yeah, I agree. And then they randomly reset when there were like 3 of them in there.
Mason Cooper will take the face-off for the Trojans here to start the third. We'll have Grayson Archer with him. Teagarden and Sloan on defense. All square at 1 apiece here to start the third period of this championship matchup in the Winter Meltdown tournament here in the greater Detroit area. Puck is dropped. Cooper gets that back. That gets chipped forward. Sloan's got it. He's going to send that towards the middle of the ice with a backhand. Collected by Hammond. Now Sloan's got it again. He's going to move that along the boards. And then deep to the outside. Then the inside. Stick lift. He's still got it. And now it's loose forward in front. They're racing for it. Hammond gets there first. That gets sent out. Now collected by Cooper. Cooper trying to calm this bouncing puck down. That goes out to the middle. Shot blocked by Yace on the ready. Nice job with the blocker. Archer tries to get that out front. Shot stick to side by Cooper. Now Teagarden gets that up to Grace. Grace is going to play that against the boards. No interference call there as he gets knocked out. Offside, so a little bit of time here for the Trojans. Getting that up to Grace. Cooper on the follow. Cooper's got it now. Moving through center ice. He's going to cut to the outside with a little move. He's going to chip that down into the corner and pursue. Grace is back there as well. Now Teagarden comes down to pinch. Teagarden now trying to knock that back. That gets knocked up. but then mishandled, and Grace is there to chip that back down into the corner. Now Grace pursuing. That puck bounced along the boards. Teagarden trying to hold that up. That squirts out. Now Cooper's got it. Now Cooper's going to bang that into the corner now from past the blue line. And now Grace is pursuing. Now puck goes opposite ice. And Peter Koski coming off the bench stops that breakaway attempt. And he holds it up there. And that's going to come back, and Sloan's going to get that. And now he's going to chip that up the boards. Tried to move forward with it, but puck ping-ponging back and forth. Now sent opposite ice. And then chipped in. Teagarden now has it in his case. Peter Koski gets it now on the redirect. He's going to go along the boards. Going to try to get that up to Grace. That bounces off of Grace. Teagarden now tips that forward. Now Grace has it. He gets it out of the zone, and we're going to have an offside, so we're going to have a neutral zone face-off. So we'll reset some lines here for the Trojans. Peter Koski's going to come out. He's going to have Schwab and Schaaf with him. Eddie Homewood and Ricky Nichols back on defense now. Peter Koski's going to take this face off. It's going to get knocked forward by Peter Koski. He's battling for it still, though. Collected by the Mohawks. They're going to backhand that in opposite side of the ice. Ricky Nichols is there for the Trojans. Ricky Nichols surveying options. He's going to send that around the boards. He's going to get that over to Hank Schwab, but cut off by the defensive pinch. And now looking for a wraparound in front. Peter Koski was there. Now that gets chipped aside again. Eddie Homewood gets a stick on it. Now Peter Koski bangs that up the boards to Schaaf. Schaaf tried to get that out, but just tipped. Now Eddie Homewood's got it. He's going to reset. He's going to go hard up the boards to Schaaf. That's going to get sent out by Peter Koski, who's going to tip that forward. That's going to not get there plus beyond net, so has to be collected by the Mohawks. Mohawks are then going to try to work this up front. Now George Homewood has it. He's going to pull it back. He's got a little bit of room. Hank Schwab there too as they move forward. Now puck sent around the net. Burkhart now charging, coming off the bench as well. Tried to cut that off, and just couldn't get it. None of them could. That's going to be sent opposite side of the ice, but sent by Findlay, so no ice. So fourth there, he's going to get it to Burkhart. Burkhart tries to play that along the boards. Nichols is there. And now sent up by George Homewood. George Homewood now looking for a little bit of room. That gets stick back, but that's going to be offsides. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off. So now Beach, Burkhart, and Homewood out there. George Homewood takes face-off for the Trojans. Fort and Nichols back on defense. Homewood tried to stick that forward. That comes out. Nichols has it now. He's going to turn, survey options. He's going to try to get that off the boards to Burkhart. Burkhart's trying to get down there, but that's going to be an icing.
It wasn't icing last time.
So we're going to have a face-off to the blocker side of Findlay goaltender Yace. Homewood's going to try and knock this puck back. He does. He knocks it back hard. Sending it off the boards. And coming on to get it is Burkhart. Burkhart's got a break. Gets sticked aside. Homewood collects. Trying to get that towards the middle. That gets knocked out. Fort's got it now. He's going to backhand that, but it's going to hit the skates of a Hammond player. Now battling along the boards for it are the Trojans. Now Homewood's got it. He's going to try to push to the outside. He's going to fire one at the net, just goes wide. Beach is back there too in pursuit. They're going to change lines here. Cooper comes out. Sloan's out. Teagarden's out.
Body.
Shot. Kick save by Yace. Another shot. In front. Sloan's got it now. He collects. He's going to push. He's going to push to the outside. Try to get to the middle. Split it. Gets held up. Kept in by Cooper. Cooper's got a little bit of room. He's going to fire one. That's going to hit off the back of a Mohawk player. That's behind the net now. Beach now tried to get there. Got a stick on it for a second, but now tipped away. Almost kept in by the Trojans. Archer playing it along the boards. Now Cooper's going to throw that, or Beach is going to throw that back into the zone. Teagarden's going to pursue now. And that bounces out. won't make it all the way down the ice, so no icing. Getting that up to Archer. Tried to get that up. Oh, and Grace was there following the puck. So now it's Grace and Cooper. Grace tries to throw it at the net. That's who's in front. Oh, bounces off the goaltender's stick and he gloves it. Shades of NHL 94 with the goal line shot. Grace almost tucked one in there. So Mace Cooper to take face off for the Trojans. He knocks that forward. He's going to take a shot off the rip. That's loose in front. Oh, collected by Hammond. So they're going to reverse it behind the net. Grace there, pestering. They played off the boards. Kept in by Teagarden. He's run into. Now Grace tried to make a play on it too. Kept knocked out. Sorry, that was Sloan. Sloan was run into. Sloan's got it. He's going to try to chip that up to Cooper. Cooper now has got a little bit of room, but puck just couldn't calm down. Now Grace has it. Grace is going to try and send that into the zone. That takes a weird bounce off the boards. Cooper again with it. Now Teagarden has it in his skates, plays it off the boards, knocked back to him. Cooper's going to get that to Sloan. Sloan's going to get that up to Grace. Grace is going to kick that forward into the zone. Now sending that down, almost hit with a high stick, I would have thought. Nice job there by Ben Grace. Play on the puck. Oh, and Archer tried to make a nice play. Bouncing out the glass, just went a little too high, hit the net. And that's a souvenir for the fans as Max Peterkowski collects a puck. That goes into the stands. His brother Rylan out to take the face-off now for the Trojans.
Come on, Ben.
He'll have Schaaf and Schwab with him. We're just under 7 minutes left here in the third, all tied up still. Schwab knocks that forward off the face-off. Now sending it up is Hammond into the zone. Fort's there. He's going to bounce that off the boards opposite side up to Schaaf. Schaaf's going to knock that forward. He's going to have some room. Just couldn't get there as Hammond got there first. Now Hammond looking to move that forward. Fort coming back hard. Got a stick in the way. Nice job there by Fort to disrupt them in the corner. And then Peterkowski knocks that along the boards and then it gets knocked back. Eddie Homewood's got it. Homewood now is going to bang that up the boards to Schaaf. Schaaf's got some room, so he's going to skate it out. He's got some room still. He's going to dump that in. They're going to get a line change here. Comes back. Homewood's got it. He's going to try to skate that through the middle. Tucked away. Runs into a player for the Mohawks. The net gets sticked back across center ice. Nice stick lift there by Homewood, or by Fort in the corner. Hammond looking to center. Now behind the net, George Homewood there. Nice effort there. Now tucked away in the corner. Again, centering pass off of a skate. Yaste was there. Now collapsing. Shot goes wide and high. Now Fort behind the net. Trojans got to try to clear here. Nice job by Fort. Trying to kick that forward with his skate. He does. He gets it up to Homewood. Homewood gets it up to Burkhart. Burkhart's got a break. He's got Beach with him. He tries to get that over to Homewood. Homewood's still in front with it. He gets tripped up. Sends it towards the goal. No call. As Burkhart came in to try to knock that too. No call on the trip or the hook. That was some nice teamwork by the Trojans, moving that forward on the rush. Now Mason Cooper out to take the face off for the Trojans. Knocks it back, ties it up, goes out to Grace. Grace trying to get a shot, fires one! Oh, covered and saved by the goaltender for the Mohawks. Just under 5 minutes here, all tied up 1-1 in the third. Mason Cooper now with the face off. That goes back to Sloan. Sloan's going to take that around. He's going to send that out to Archer in the middle. Oh, just past him. But collected by Nichols. Nichols is going to fire one down to the corner. Sloan's there. Grace camped out in front of the net. Sloan's going to pull that behind. Looks for in front. Shot. Oh, just wide. as Archer was going. Now Sloan's got it again. Finds him in front. Oh! Just under Grace's stick. And now looking back, Cooper tries to put that towards the middle. And now elbowed forward, but then was Cooper, but he collects it. Now he makes a little move to the outside. Now he's going to try to get a push. He's going to go Grace on sides. Cooper moving to the middle again. Oh, lost in the skates. And then recollected outside of the zone. And then sent back in and just offsides. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off here with just under 4 minutes left in the third. All square still in this championship matchup. Now Homewood out with Burkhardt and Peterkowski. That's chipped forward. Over to the side, Teagarden back. That gets tipped back. Webb Sloan has it now. Webb Sloan surveying options. He's going to turn around. He's got a man on him. He's hooked to high heaven. That goes out in front. Teagarden's got it now. He gets it out to Burkhardt. Burkhardt tried to chip that back. That gets sent back into the zone. Now Teagarden with it. Teagarden's going to get it out to Burkhardt. Burkhardt's going to get that out to the, oh, hit a skate of a Hammond player. They try to get a backhand. Race has it. Now collected. Burkhardt tried to get that out of the zone, but tipped away. Now Sloan has it. Now Sloan's got a little bit of room, so they're going to push. Sloan goes to the middle. He's still got it. He's going to cut back on the inside. Now he cuts to the outside. Now he's going to cut to the inside, try to get a shot off, lost it off his skate. But here's Peterkowski. He's going to send it down to the corner. That's going to bounce off of a player. Homewood's got it. He's trying to work towards the net. Shot by Burkhardt. Oh, it just goes wide. Now trying to chip that out, and they do, are the Mohawks. Nichols now plays that against the boards. And he's still got it. He's got a little bit of a chance here. He's got it in the corner, trying to tuck and play it behind the net. Now Grace is back there as well. Holds it up. It's loose in front. Just couldn't get to it. Now racing back are the Trojans. As Hammond comes on a 3-on-3 now. A shot fired wide over the blocker of Yace. Chip back in. Mason Cooper trying to battle. Hammond tries to put that forward and tipped aside. Looking for a shot was Hammond. That goes wide. Harrison Chafe now battling. Got to get that out. He does. Now chip through the middle again. Chafe still working. Gets held up. Now Hammond coming in. Offsides on that one all day, but refs didn't see it. Now coming back, trying to throw one towards the net was Hammond. Nichols gets it to his goaltender for the save. We're under 2 minutes here at a tie game in the third.
Let's go, 2 minutes.
We're going to have Mason Cooper out there with Archer and George Homewood. Cooper tried to get that forward. Shot from the point. Blocked. Shot again from the point. Blocked again. Fort's going to wrap that around the boards. He's going to get that to Archer. Archer's going to try to chip that forward. And he does. And that gets out of the zone. Racing for it is Homewood with Archer. They play it off the boards though. Now sticked by Mason Cooper. Fort's got it now. Fort now plays along the boards. Chipped out by Cooper. Homewood, or by Archer. Homewood there now. Homewood's got it. He moves to the inside. Tried to move that back to the inside again, but Mason Cooper's there. Cooper now has it. He gets it up to Homewood. Homewood now sends that deep into the zone as Findlay will pursue on the forecheck. Looking to go get that in the corner is Findlay. Now trying to make a play on it was Nichols at the line. Hammond player goes shot. Getting a stick on it was Cooper. Now Sloan's got it. He's going to stick that up the boards and try to move forward with it. He does. He's getting hooked. He's going to play that off the boards. That's going to go to Homewood. Weird bounce. Now Cooper's got it. Cooper's going to get that up to Archer. Archer's going to cross the line. Try to fire a shot. Hits a stick of the defender. Chips to behind the net. Now lifting that up and out. And going in on the pinch is Sloan. Hammond collects though as it bounces over him. Now center ice pass. A little behind. Offsides. Way offsides as that pass was behind. So we'll have a neutral zone face off with less than 30 seconds left in this tie game.
I click the start button, and I guess I did.
Homewood to take the face off now. He's got Sloan, Grace, and Archer with him. Try to get that back. Archer played it at the line, trying to break Sloan through the middle. He's got a chance. He's pushing. He chips that down deep into the zone as he's going for it. That gets chipped up by Hammond, kept in by Archer. Yeah, kept knocked back by Grace. And now looking for a shot is Homewood. That gets knocked out of the zone though. Grace knocks it aside. Now Grace knocks it on the board. That's going to be the end of regulation, folks. We're all square at the end of regulation. And from what this announcer heard prior this morning, based on tournament rules, it sounds like they're going to go to a 5-minute 4-on-4 overtime period here. And if it's not settled after that, then we go to a shootout. All right, folks, welcome back for free hockey. Trojans are going to skate, actually both teams are going to skate 4-on-4 in this overtime period. It'll be Teagarden, Fort, Cooper, and Grace to start the OT for the Trojans here. Mason Cooper to take the face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. He knocks that aside to Teagarden. Nope, he takes it back himself. He's going to get that up to Fort. Fort's going to now survey options. He's going to go opposite side of the ice. Tried to hit Teagarden there. Now sending it back into the zone are the Mohawks. Collecting this is Mason Cooper. He's going to try to cut that back. And now he's going to go again. He's going to look for a little bit of room as he's going to push. And he's going to go to the outside of one player. And now he's going to cut to the outside again along the boards. He's charging. He circles. He gets that back to Fort. Fort's going to fire a shot. That's loose in front. Oh, that gets tipped aside. But then knocking that back in is Teagarden as he gets tripped. And that puck is going to get there. So that's an icing as it gets knocked down. So we will have an offensive zone face-off for the Trojans to the blocker side of the Mohawk goaltender. Mason Cooper to take the face-off now for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Cooper tries to tie that up. Got a stick on it, but it got poked away. Now Hammond's racing. Way off sides was Hammond. Oh, shot blocked and over Yace. Teagarden now to the corner. Chips that back. Cooper's going to get it. Cooper's going to fake the reverse and then go to open ice. And then, oh, puck rolls off of him. Looking for a shot in the middle is Hammond and covered by Yace. So we'll get some fresh legs out there as George Homewood and Archer come out at the forward position. Fort and Teagarden back on defense. Oh, they're going to swap out. Nichols is going to come out for Teagarden. Homewood now ties this up, knocks it over to Nichols. Nichols wraps it around the boards to Archer. Archer's going to try to chip that up, but gets tipped in by the defense. Centering pass, shot, Yace with the save. Shot from the slot, Yace gloves it. So we'll have a blocker side face off. George Homewood knocks that to the corner. Now he chips it up the boards, and now he's going to race after it. Hammond chips it back. Sent back in. Ricky Nichols collects. He's going to try to get that over, but Hammond gets it. They're going to try for a shot. Yace blocks it in front, and then another block by Yace. Great save by Yace. Nichols is going to send that down the length of the ice. That's not going to make it. That's going to die. So Homewood is racing, trying to beat the player to it. And now Nichols comes in. Nichols has it. He's going to try to play that along the boards, chip that forward, and now it's collected by Hammond, but still along the boards in the Findlay offensive zone, and then finally knocked out of the zone, and Archer collects it. Archer now going to send that opposite side of the ice. That gets chipped by the Hammond defender. And now looking cross ice is Hammond. Mohawks fire a shot. That goes wide off the post. Now Archer has it. Archer's going to look for some room. Archer's going to try to chip that forward, but that falls off of his stick. Shot deflected by Sloan. Now puck in the corner. Nichols now, nice play on the puck. Nichols now still on it. Collected by Fort. Fort's now going to try to get that out of the zone. Shot. Kick save by Yace. Now Nichols. Just over 2 minutes left here. Trying to chip that out was Nichols. Shot from the point. Yace with the save. Sloan collects. Sloan's now going to try to do something with it. He's going to get that up at least out of the zone. Try to get it to Archer. Oh, and George Homewood was pursuing that. Now Sloan's going to get this. And then he's going to reverse a little bit. Try to get that out of the zone to George. And then intercepted by Cooper coming off the bench. He pulls it aside. He comes to the outside. He's trying to get close for a shot. He takes a shot. Oh, and front bounces off. Too high for Homewood to get there. Now coming back the other way. It's a 2-on-2. Cooper's trying to cut him off. Shot. Yace with the glove, and he holds on. Just over a minute and a half left here.
Good job, Henry.
It's going to be Grace and Mason Cooper out here with Sloan and Fort.
On him.
Cooper trying to get the puck. He does. Now Cooper surveying options. He's going to send that off the boards to Grace. Oh, collected and offsides. So we should have a center ice face-off here, and we do. So now Cooper's going to take this face-off for the Trojans. He's going to knock that aside. He's going to take it now through the center. Cooper's going to pretend to go backhand and then go around the boards. Cooper now gets held up along the boards. Collecting it is Hammond. Then Grace tries to chip that back to Sloan. Sloan chips it across the boards. Tries to slip it again. He does. Now Sloan's collecting it. He skates it forward. He wraps one around. Oh, tried to find Grace in the middle. Grace's stick was held up. Now Hammond bangs along the boards. Fort's got it. He's going to send it back down deep into the zone. Grace and Sloan pursuing in the corner. Sends it out. Oh, trying to keep it in was Fort, but it just got past the blue line. Fort's got it. He's going to fire that into the zone. Hammond's going to look for some fresh bodies. Goes back to Fort. Fort now fires it back into the zone. Now center ice. Collected by Cooper. Cooper's going to try to reset. He's going to circle. Trying to get that across center ice to Grace. Tipped back by Hammond. Hammond now charging. Hammond looking for a spot. Try center. Try the shot from the line there. Yace on the ready. Less than 15 seconds left here in overtime.
Hey, 14 seconds. Get in the corner, eat it.
Cooper out with George Homewood now. And we're going to have a timeout by the Trojans. So we're going to discuss strategy here on this defensive zone face-off with just under 15 seconds left. Big shout out to everybody watching at home during this intense game. I know the Mags are watching. I know a lot of other people are watching too. So Brody, Lisa, hope you guys are having a good time. We are here at the rink for sure. I don't think we've been sweating more inside of a cold rink this season. It's definitely an intense game.
Shootout option on this? No.
I don't.
I don't know. I'm just making it easy to.
All right, timeout is over. Mason Cooper, George Homewood, Webb Sloan, Henry Fort coming out. In goal, Yace. Homewood to take the face-off, gets that back to Sloan. He's going to fire off the boards to Cooper. Cooper's going to get a break. We've got closing seconds here. Cooper's going to try to win this. He fired the shot. Oh, blocked. Puck's still loose in front. Closing seconds. And we're going to end in a tie here after overtime. What a great play drawn up by the Trojans. Almost got one in there at the end of regulation.
Good job, boys!
So it looks like we're going to a shootout. Oh, folks, we're going to go to a shootout here now to determine the champion of this winter Meltdown tournament. Henry Ace in net for the Trojans. Looks like first one out for the Trojans for the shootout is going to be George Homewood. Homewood stands at the ready at center ice. Homewood touches the puck. He moves forward with it. He goes left, right. He tries to deep. Shot just wide. Had the open net, just missed his mark. Great effort by George Homewood on that first shoot-off attempt.
Come on, Henry.
So now Hammond, Mohawks with their attempt. Whistle's blown. Their player checks up at center ice with the puck. Yace on the ready. They make a shot. Oh, just under the blocker of Yace. The net goes in. Hammond gets one. Remember, it starts out best of 3. And if it's all squared after that, then it's sudden death. Now Mason Cooper for the Trojans. Through the middle with it. Goes Tux. Let's go! tie this up in the shootout 1-1. Now the second player for Hammond, Mohawks out. Whistle's blown. Player comes in, across the blue line. Beats back and forth. Hits the top bar and goes in. They're up 2-1. Findlay has one more shooter left. River Archer now steps out for his chance. Whistle's blown. Archer comes in on the side. Archer fires a shot. It's blocked. And that's going to do it, folks. Hard fought tournament weekend for your Findlay Trojans. Come up just short in the shootout. All square through regulation, all square through overtime. Great effort by the Trojans. So, want to thank the fans for watching at home, the families here, the coaches, especially the boys for playing their hearts out. Really did their best this weekend. Did a great job. So they'll have the presentation of the medals and the banners. Coaches congratulating the boys on a strong effort today and all weekend. We're going to sign off here. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.